Nuclear weapons are some of the most powerful and destructive weapons ever created by humanity, capable of destroying entire cities in a matter of seconds. But it's not just their sheer destructive power that makes nuclear weapons so intriguing and important to understand. These weapons have shaped the geopolitical landscape of the world since their creation, influencing international relations, military strategies, and global power dynamics. So let's dive in and explore this fascinating topic. To understand the impact of nuclear weapons on the modern warfare and geopolitics, we must first examine their historical context. Nuclear weapons were first developed during World War II as part of the Manhattan Project, and the United States dropped atomic bombs on the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in August 1945. The Cold War era saw the emergence of nuclear weapons as a central feature of international relations. The US and the Soviet Union engaged in an arms race, each building up their nuclear arsenals to deter the other from launching a first strike. This led to a dangerous nuclear standoff, with both sides possessing enough weapons to destroy the world many times over. During the Cold War, the doctrine of mutually assured destruction, MAD, emerged, which held that the threat of nuclear retaliation would deter both sides from launching a first strike. This concept helped prevent a direct confrontation between the US and the Soviet Union, but also led to a dangerous escalation of the arms race. Nuclear weapons were seen as a powerful deterrent during the Cold War, but their use remained a constant concern. The Cuban Missile Crisis of 1962 brought the world closer to nuclear war than ever before, and the threat of a nuclear war between the US and the Soviet Union remained a real possibility throughout the Cold War era. Geopolitical implications of nuclear weapons. Alright, let's talk about the geopolitical implications of nuclear weapons. One of the key concepts that emerged during the Cold War was mutually assured destruction, or MAD for short. The idea was that if one side launched a nuclear attack, the other side would retaliate with equal or greater force, resulting in both sides being destroyed. This meant that both the US and the Soviet Union had a strong incentive to avoid a nuclear war, and thus helped to prevent direct conflict between the two superpowers. Nuclear weapons also played a significant role in the balance of power between nations. Countries that possessed nuclear weapons had a significant advantage over those that did not, as they had the ability to inflict massive damage on their enemies in the event of a conflict. This led to a nuclear arms race, with many countries seeking to acquire nuclear weapons in order to maintain their position in the international power structure. Interestingly, nuclear weapons have also been used as a tool for diplomacy and negotiation. The US and Soviet Union engaged in a number of arms control talks during the Cold War, with the aim of reducing the number of nuclear weapons in the world. The nuclear deal with Iran in 2015 is another example of nuclear weapons being used as a bargaining chip in international relations, modern warfare, and nuclear weapons. The nature of warfare has changed significantly in the 21st century, with many conflicts being fought through asymmetric means such as cyber attacks and terrorism. However, nuclear weapons continue to be a major concern for global security, and their role in military strategy has not diminished. Nuclear weapons are still viewed as a key element of military deterrence, particularly among countries that possess them. The doctrine of MAD still holds true, with the threat of a devastating nuclear retaliation being seen as a powerful deterrent against potential adversaries. This is particularly true for countries with a smaller conventional military force, where nuclear weapons are seen as a way to level the playing field. However, the potential for accidental nuclear war or nuclear terrorism remains a significant concern. With so many countries possessing nuclear weapons, the risk of a miscalculation or accident leading to a nuclear exchange is ever present. Additionally, the possibility of terrorist groups obtaining nuclear weapons is a constant threat that governments must guard against. It is important to note that the use of nuclear weapons would have catastrophic consequences not just for the countries involved in a conflict, but for the entire world. The devastation caused by the atomic bombs dropped on Japan in World War II provides a glimpse into the unimaginable horror that a nuclear war would bring. In summary, the impact of nuclear weapons on modern warfare and geopolitics cannot be overstated. The development and use of nuclear weapons during the Cold War era created a balance of power between nations based on the doctrine of MAD, and their continued existence presents a constant threat to global security. It is imperative that governments and international organizations continue to work towards reducing the number of nuclear weapons in the world and preventing their use. Continued dialogue and diplomatic efforts are necessary to maintain international peace and security. Thank you for watching, and remember to like and subscribe for more thought-provoking content. Let's work together towards a safer and more peaceful world.